Good evening. My name is Eveny de Mendez. I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction for the West Orange Public Schools. We hope that each of our West Orange school community members this evening find themselves in good health, safe. Our district administrators, teachers, staff, instructional technology personnel have been working thoughtfully to ensure our students continue to receive their instruction and education throughout this time and until our schools reopen. Tonight, we're hosting an update or a Q&A for parents regarding e-learning and students. It's our first time here, so I'm going to try to keep up with the chats on the live chat. You can ask any questions that you might have. I will do my best to answer them. And update our FAQ for parents as we publish that on our website. That way our school community can continue to be updated on what's new in e-learning, how we're moving toward improving some things as we continue to hear feedback. And as the school closure is prolonged, what may need to take place in order to continue to provide that education to the students. Regarding our current status, today we officially entered into our second week of e-learning. Last week really was a week of bringing up the platform, ensuring that students have access, delivering Chromebooks. We have successfully delivered over 700 Chromebooks in our district. Across the community as of Friday. The number of homes who still do not have Wi-Fi or Chromebooks is less than 70, and we continue to conduct direct outreach to see how we can deliver to our homes. As far as our workload, we're hearing from some of our parents that the workload is a lot. It's definitely a new way of learning. Our students are attempting to manage how to organize their classrooms and organize their work and access the different content areas. And parents, we know that you're at home doing your best to help the students access the content and the instruction, managing different devices for different students. And so we are going to examine some options beginning next week for catch-up days. So at the elementary grade span pre-K through 5, and at the middle schools grades 6 through 8. On April 3rd, we're going to have a catch-up day. And you will see on teachers' sites that they will announce to the students that that day will be used to catch up on assignments they've missed or not been able to begin yet or complete as of yet. That could be due to just getting accustomed to the e-learning platform or because they hadn't received devices until last week. So April 3rd will be the first catch-up day, grades pre-K through 8. April 8th is a half day. That will also be a catch-up day from pre-K through grade 12. So the high school will have a catch-up day on April 8th. And we will publicize that, we will announce that, we'll send a reminder home, and you will also see that on the Google Classrooms and on the Google sites. What's new? What's new for week 3, which would begin April 6th, is that for K2 students, we're going to begin to use RAS Kids as a form of attendance by assignment. So for students in grades K through 2, RAS Kids is a software tool for students to read online at their independent reading level. It offers activities and ways for students to really engage with the text. It allows the text to be read to the students, etc. And each time a student goes on to RAS Kids and completes their assignment, then we're able also to log that and to take attendance for our students as we are also developing their reading skills. So beginning April 6th, K2, you will see students beginning to read in RAS Kids. For grades 3 through 5, they're currently on the e-learning platform. We've heard feedback about the desire to not move between different platforms, and so we are training teachers in grades 3 to 5 this week, and on Monday, April 6th, grades 3 through 5 classrooms will move into Google Classrooms. And so what that would look like is that the assignments would no longer be posted in the e-learning platform. Students would have their classrooms with their individual teachers, and all of the assignments will be there. The resources, the ability to submit assignments will also be present in the Google Classroom. And we believe that will be better. If we feel that we're going to stay closed longer than the 17th, then we will move our K-2 students into Google Classroom as well. Another new thing that's coming by the end of this week is Google Hangouts Meet. And so this is something that a lot of parents have been asking about, and teachers as well. The district has been very conservative on this end, just to make sure that we're protecting the privacy and the safety of all of our students. We can expect to begin implementation district-wide by Thursday. That's our objective. What parents can expect to see now is on our district website. By tomorrow morning, there will be a pop-out that allows parents who do not wish to allow their students to participate in virtual conferencing to opt out. And so on our district website, beginning tomorrow, there will be a pop-out. It will include a form. Parents will complete the form. It's brief, asks for the parent name, student name, the grade, and there will be a notice of that the parent can click a box to say, I do not want my child to participate, and then we will make sure that students who are opting out do not receive a link or an invitation to the Google Hangout Meet, and we will continue to provide the instruction via the classroom, via resources, via the e-learning site. So Google Hangouts Meet is on its way. Google did make some improvements so that we could truly monitor the ability of the teacher to always be present in the classroom when students are present, and to avoid hacking by other external companies. We will limit the virtual conferencing to Google Hangouts Meet. We will not be using Zoom or WebEx or any other features. It will be limited to Google Hangouts Meet. And again, we're thinking that by Thursday, that will be live. With regard to assessment and grading, we are approaching the end of the marking periods, April 15th. We're looking to perhaps extend those by a week or so. We're examining that at this point, at this time. At the high school level in particular, we're looking at the grades that are being submitted by students. We wanted to really take this first 2 weeks to make sure, one, everyone had access, and two, that students began to acclimate to the e-learning system before we began to record all of the grades formally. Teachers are taking attendance, teachers are collecting assignments, and by Monday, parents for high school students, being that those are credit-bearing courses, parents will receive letters and notifications, as will the students, to let you know that the grades are going into Power School beginning on Monday, and that students' assignments are expected to be handed in by those deadlines, so that we can move forward with grading. Regarding statewide assessments, as most of you probably know, all statewide assessments have been canceled for the 2019-2020 school year. This includes Access for ELS, it includes the NJSLA, and all of the state assessments. If students don't have access to internet or laptop, they can call into our hotline at 973-435-9637. That's 973-435-9637. And we will continue to do our outreach to make sure. But again, I think we have less than 70 homes at this point without access. And we have the Wi-Fi devices available for the parents to pick up. So AP testing, the last we received word on AP testing was that it was going to be offered from home, that it would be at 75% of the content that was provided at the time that the schools closed, right? So 75% of the content that's normally tested, the College Board decided to go up until the time of the school closures. And so then that's what they're saying they're going to assess, and that the AP is supposed to be offered from home. So as we know, this is a continually changing environment, and things can change from day to day. So on our e-learning platform, there is a parent resource area where you can click on state assessment updates, and there we will continue to post all of our links as well as notify our parents regarding the same. The attendance for elementary schools. So beginning on Monday, April 6th, we will implement RAS Kids, which is a reading program that students can log into, and they can complete their 15-minute daily reading assignment, and that will track attendance for students. So RAS Kids will let us know that the elementary students K through 2 are in and they're completing their reading assignments, and that will count for their attendance. So parents can expect to receive a letter home. It will be effective Monday, April 6th, and it's for K2. For grades 3 through 5, this week we are training our teachers to move into Google Classrooms. So effective Monday, April 6th, all grades 3 through 5 teachers will move into Google Classrooms, and the attendance will be taken there in Google Classrooms. I'm reading a question. It's saying that the Google Classrooms are slowing down because of the number of students in there. We are aware, we are monitoring that. We get regular reports of the connectivity and the ability for the students to connect. And so we are aware, and we're going to work through it as best as we can. We certainly know that all districts at this point are on Google Classrooms, and so then it is overwhelming the system. We will continue to be flexible with our assignments, be flexible with how we are monitoring student progress. Students right now do not have to submit their assignments until 11:59 p.m. However, teachers have been instructed that if a student turns in an assignment the next day, to accept that assignment, it will count toward attendance and it will not be marked late. We understand that we need to be considerably flexible throughout the closure. So what I mean by a pop-out is on the district website. Sometimes when you go, remember the snow announcements, there's a pop-out that comes onto the screen that asks you to read the pop-out or requires you to read that screen prior to being able to navigate the site. So that's what I mean by a pop-out. So on the district website, when you go, you will see a message that you are prompted to read before you can navigate the site. And that message will have a link to a form. You click on the link that says opt out of virtual conferencing, and parents who are wishing to opt out of the Google Hangout Meet feature can complete that form. We will notify the teachers of your student that they are not to participate in Google Hangouts Meet, which we believe will begin to be implemented by Thursday. And any parent who opts out, the student will not receive the link to enter the Google Hangouts Meet. So I'm seeing some of the questions. I think I've answered the ones that I've seen so far. If there are any other questions, I can answer them. If not, I think I'm just going to repeat some of the things that I began with, given that some of you have logged on after I began. So again, we hope that each of our families find themselves safe and healthy and well. We in the district are really working thoughtfully and diligently to continue to provide quality instruction to the students. Priority is flexibility. A priority is really making sure that all of our students have access. And these first 2 weeks are about getting acclimated to e-learning. getting familiar with the platforms and the assignments and the different ways that the teachers are instructing students. Our current status is that we've successfully delivered over 700 Chromebooks to our students and families. And as of Friday, we have less than 70 homes that still do not have Wi-Fi or a device. And we are conducting outreach still to make sure that we deliver those devices so that students can begin to access their learning. Okay, so someone is asking about Zoom, and we are limiting all virtual conferencing to Google Hangouts Meet. We expect to begin that formally on Thursday. We will not be using Zoom or WebEx or any other platform aside from Google Hangouts Meet. The reason for that is we've seen some of our neighboring districts throughout New Jersey who were using Zoom. Some of them were hacked into and very inappropriate content was shown. So we are being cautious. We're being conservative. We're making sure that the platform we use is secure for our students. We are using Google Hangouts Meet district-wide. That is the only district-approved platform that we will be using. And today, Google's features, the new features for how to enter a classroom were implemented. We saw them go live this morning. So as of today, we feel comfortable we can move forward with the Google Hangouts Meet because we wanted to ensure that students could only enter a Google Hangouts Meet when a teacher was present, and that when a teacher exits, that the students would have to exit as well, and that it is safe under the domain of the district so that we can avoid, if at all possible, any hacking into that site and any external entities getting access to our students. So parents do have the option to opt out of Google Hangouts Meet. There will be a Google form that will appear on the district's website beginning tomorrow. Parents wishing to opt their students out can complete the form. Teachers will be informed that those students may not receive a link, and we will not send that, so that those students, we honor that right. Great, yes. So, and there are different ways to use Google Hangouts Meet. So maybe I could go through some of those. So the way some of us are most accustomed to using Google Hangouts Meet is that live option with the video. As our teachers get accustomed to this as well, they may not be ready to use the video feature full, right? They may work their way gradually toward the live video features. So an option could be that a teacher uses the Hangout Meet to present their screen and the chat feature like I'm using now, right? So they may have the chat feature, they may read from the chats, the questions, and then instruct the students that way. Another way would be a teacher could use the Google Hangouts Meet with just audio. And so then it could be audio teacher, audio student, or the teacher could use video teacher, audio student. And then once the teachers begin to get comfortable, then they could use fully live for both. What we are going to ask parents and expect from parents and students is that we understand that students are going to be on the live videos, and we're going to ask that no one records those to protect the privacy of our students, and that will be a part of the agreement as well. So April 9th will be closed. April 10th, we will be closed. April 8th is a half day. And on April 8th, for grades pre-K through 12, we will have a catch-up day. So the catch-up day will be that no new assignments will be given, no new work will be given. Teachers will post district-wide across the e-learning platform and their classrooms that it's a catch-up day, that students should just work on the assignments that they still haven't gotten to, get a chance to really complete those. And this is especially important for our families who just received their Chromebooks, or for students who are acclimating to the site and parents who are acclimating to helping their children at home. So April 8th will be a half day. April 9th and 10th, we will be closed for Passover. And April 8th will be a catch-up day district-wide. Now, for the elementary and middle school level, Friday, April 3rd will also be a catch-up day. And so then you will see that announced on those teachers' classroom pages. So one of the questions is it possible to have specials to show up on the main schedule with math reading so the kids remember to do it as part of their day? So grades 3 through 5 this week are being trained in order to move into classrooms, Google Classrooms, beginning on Monday, April 6th. And so then with that, then you'll see the facilitation of the specials and a better integration with classrooms. I'm reading through the chats just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I think I've answered the questions so far. If there are any other questions, I'd be more than happy to answer those. And just to review, K2. K2 will be using RAS Kids, and students will be expected to complete the 15 minutes of reading in RAS Kids. That will be the attendance by assignment feature. So April 6th will begin Google Classrooms for grades 3 through 5. And if we continue to be closed, then the following week, we will begin to move our K2 teachers into Google Classrooms. We're doing it by grade span so that we can train teachers. We will take a week to train teachers and then the week to implement. So this week, we're training K2 teachers with RAS Kids and 3-5 teachers with Google Classroom so that they can go live on April 6th with those tools. After the 3-5 teachers move into Google Classrooms, if we're still closed, then we will begin to move K2 teachers into Google Classrooms. So we are very interested in knowing how you're doing, how you're finding that your children are doing. We're going to begin to send out we're thinking about how we're going to collect from parents how their children are doing, how you're doing, how your children are doing, and what might be more helpful. What can we think about as we continue with our closure? It says, can you please post these updates on the West Orange School District Facebook page as well? All the dates you're talking about, catch-up dates, absolutely. Zoom versus Google, sure. We will create, we will update our FAQ. We will post it on our site, and then I'll make a note to post it on our Facebook site as well. You're welcome, Amy. All right. Any other questions for me this evening? How are you doing? What strategies are you using at home to help the students and to help them organize their day? That's a question we'd like to know. It says there are currently issues with the YouTube links that are given to kids as assignments that they can't access. All right, if there are any links that can't be accessed, it would be great if you could email the teacher and let the teacher know, because then the teacher can go into their site and click on that link. Some of it is that there are restrictions on our laptops, and so we're working on taking away any restrictions there. Our Chromebooks have very conservative features, and so if we are not certain that the YouTube video has been checked for security and safety, then it blocks it. So as teachers know, we submit that to technology, and then those permissions get lifted. It says we are finding YouTube on a laptop to be very distracting. Yeah. And so teachers are working their way through the different strategies and the different resources. I'll make a note of that so that we can speak to our teachers and see how that's working and what we can do to continue to supplement the instruction without YouTube or with it, but just to manage it where it's not distraction. Just a few things for the new people that have joined. and that is that we're going to institute catch-up days on April 8th for pre-K through 12, and the catch-up day will allow students to make up any work that they've missed, specifically students who didn't have their Chromebooks yet, or for those who are still working through the organization and getting accustomed to the e-learning. And for the elementary and middle schools, we're also going to have catch-up days on April 3rd. Okay, so we're at being, someone is saying to turn off the autoplay on YouTube. That might be a solution so that it's less distracting. And we've talked about, yes, the YouTube links that are blocked. We're working on those. So my ask to the parents is that you email the teachers and let them know this link specifically is blocked. That way we'll know. But the teachers are letting us know, and we work one by one when we see that those videos are blocked, that we unblock them. But it would be helpful if you find a video that's blocked that we haven't identified as of yet, and you email the teacher and let them know, then we will unblock those so that the students can access them. So I have someone talking about the Google Meetup and the guidance that's needed. So we've discussed that a little bit as well. So then the Google Hangouts Meet, we're preparing to implement that on Thursday. We are giving parents the option to opt out. And so then on our district website, beginning tomorrow morning, you will see a form. And on that form, you can complete that if you do not want your child to participate in virtual conferencing. So that is the parent's option to opt out. For all other students who will be opting in, we will hopefully begin to use the Google Hangouts Meet feature. We're preparing for Thursday to begin. And that might look very differently across the classrooms. Again, teachers are also acclimating to the new virtual learning experience. And so that may be just a chat feature like here, it may be audio, and it may be full video. But Google today did turn on the security features that we were waiting for to make sure that our students are protected and that external entities could not hack into our site or to prevent students from being in a Google Hangouts Meet without a teacher present. It says, I find reading the assignments the night before where possible and preparing material supplies helps us start the day on a more positive note. That's wonderful. Now, what happens with Google Classrooms is that the stream, there's a stream in Google Classrooms that holds all of the planning so students don't get 10 days of instruction at once. So we do try to release those appropriately. And so teachers are aware that they can release those so that students can begin looking at assignments. What we want to avoid doing is releasing multiple days at once. That way students don't feel more overwhelmed than they already are. But that's great that you're reviewing that. I encourage you to continue to do that. And we are just grateful that our parents are teaching and that you're working with the students and that you're helping us help you. And we know it takes a lot. We know managing perhaps your own workload. Some of you are working from home and multiple children and multiple classrooms and multiple assignments is a challenge. So we just appreciate the collaboration, and we continue to look to receive any feedback and any suggestions that you can have for us so that we can work toward making this an even better experience. Let's see if there are any questions here. Monday, I think I will do this again next week after we've rolled out RAS Kids and Google Classrooms and Hangouts Meet. So I will come back for Q&A on the following Monday so that we can answer any questions that you have then based off of all of the new implementation. And of course, I will update our FAQ with all of the information that we gave out today. And you can email me, edemendez@westorangeschools.org if you have any specific questions for the e-learning platform. If you have questions about your students' work, please email the teachers. They are responding to your emails within 24 hours. Anything to do with attendance, you can email the school principal. And if you still are without a device, you are preparing to do home deliveries for any parents or students who are still without Wi-Fi and or Chromebook access. And yes, we hope we return to school before the end of the year. Yes. More importantly than anything else is the safety of our families, of our friends, right, of our students. We know it's a hard time, and I know everybody's coming together as a community, and everybody's caring for everyone, and everybody's really concerned about the well-being of all of our family members and all of our students. So we will continue to be flexible. We will be continue to reach out to you different ways. Hopefully this was a helpful way, and to hear from you and to hear any suggestions or feedback that you might have. From the West Orange Public Schools, on behalf of Dr. Cascone, thank you. Thank you for your collaboration and for your support. And we will be back on Monday. All right, have a good night.